यस मंत्री जी उत्तर पढ़िए। मिस्टर जॉर्ज फर्नांडिस प्लीज रीड द रिप्लाई। मिस्टर डिफेंस मिनिस्टर उत्तर पढ़िए। नोटिस करें आप कीजिए। कई लोग यहाँ बैठे हैं वो सुनना चाहते उत्तर क्या है।
इटली से मूर्ति आएगी तो पता चलेगा। इटली से सब मूर्ति निकाल कर इटली से आएंगे। अभी दुकान में रखा हुआ है।
प्लीज
अभी इटली का दुकान हम चेक करवाएंगे। नहीं ये क्या मजाक सर। अध्यक्ष जी हम सर 1 मिनट हम आग्रह करना चाहते हैं। नहीं हम 1 मिनट आग्रह सर। पहले इटली के दुकान में जो मूर्ति है उसका सदन के माध्यम से हम आपसे निवेदन
यह विषय मेरे सामने नहीं है।
कई बार हमने मामला उठाया और ये लोग तमाशा करते हैं। और इटली का
मिस्टर जॉर्ज फर्नांडिस will read his reply. Nothing else I take on record. Yes, Mr. Fernandez, you go ahead.
Sir,
Mr. Minister, please go
the
ahead.
Indian Air Force categorizes accidents.
संपत्ति चुरा कर इटली में रखा हुआ है और सरकार भी मन तोड़ रही है। सदन भी चुप है।
Yes,
Sir,
Mr. Minister.
the Indian Air Force categorizes accidents as Cat 1, Cat 2 and Cat 3. Cat 1
आप लोगों को
accident-
समझना चाहिए एक अच्छी बात हो रही है। आप लोगों को समझना चाहिए एक अच्छी बात हो रही है। इसी पार्टी के लोगों ने प्रश्न पूछा है, मंत्री जी उत्तर दे रहे हैं, होने दो रिकॉर्ड पर प्लीज। आपको भी समझना चाहिए। The Congress party member has put a question. Number of members are present in the house. Now let the minister read his statement.
Cat 1 accident
It's a good
is
thing.
that where the aircraft is totally damaged and beyond economical repair. In Cat 2, the damage is between 30 and 50%, and in Cat 3, between 10 to 30%. The root cause for fighter aircraft accidents can be broadly classified as human error, technical defect, bird hit, and other miscellaneous causes such as adverse weather conditions, difficulties associated with harsh terrain of operations, and foreign object damage. About 38% Cat 1 accidents are due to human error and 37% due to technical defect. Bird hits accounts for about 15% of the accidents, while the rest are due to miscellaneous
Members may
factors.
keep silence. This is a very important notice
Human error comprises of error on
and
the
everybody
part
must
of
give
air
attention.
crew
बहुत
on
important
flying
उत्तर चल रहा है।
duty or ground personnel. Majority of human error accidents are caused due to error of skill, error of judgment, poor airmanship, non-compliance of instructions, lack of situational awareness, etc. Major technical defect factors responsible for aircraft accidents are rotor seizure, fatigue fracture, fuel contamination, overheating of turbine blades, hydraulic failure, engine failure, etc. Indian Air Force has a number of squadrons of MiG variants which are utilized in a variety of operational roles as well as for training. Every aircraft is certified fully airworthy before flight is undertaken. But fighter flying, by its very nature, has certain inherent risks which cannot be avoided altogether. Design aspects of MiG variants do not have a bearing on their crashes. At present, supersonic training is carried out on MiG-21 aircraft. The best possible training is given to the IAF pilots, and there has been no reduction in the standard of training. Every effort is taken to reduce accidents and improve flight safety. This is an ongoing process. In this context, measures to enhance quality of training, to improve the skill levels, ability to exercise a sound judgment, and situational awareness of pilots are being pursued. Constant interaction with Hindustan Aeronautics Limited at the highest level is being maintained with a view to reduce accidents due to technical defect. DRDO and other technical agencies are also being involved in all accident investigations to form a wider perspective to prevent accidents. measures to reduce accidents on account of bird menace are also being implemented. Although there is no direct relationship between lack of an advanced jet trainer, AJT, and aircraft accidents, government have decided to induct AJT to ensure smooth transition of trainee pilots onto frontline fighter squadrons equipped with high technology aircraft. Government have been considering various options for procurement of AJT, and it is expected that a decision will soon be taken. In order to bring down the number of fighter aircraft accidents, Government of India constituted a committee on fighter aircraft accidents. The committee submitted its report in September 1997. All recommendations of the committee have been addressed and are under various stages of implementation.
By certain conviction,
Due to the constant efforts and measures taken by the Ministry of Defence, the overall number of accidents have come down. The ministry is also phasing out as well as upgrading old aircraft and inducting new ones into the IAF's fleet.
Before the honourable member speaks, I would like to thank the honourable minister, because this issue also I had written a letter to him because of the number of accidents that have taken place, and I'm indeed thankful for the decision that the government has taken.
Thank you, sir.
Yes.
Thank you, sir. Sir, this is one of the...
Sir, first and foremost, let me make the point, sir, that no one could be more concerned about these accidents and the consequences thereof than the Ministry of Defence and the Air Force. The tragedy that visits the homes of those whose sons die as pilots is shared by everyone in the country and also by the Ministry of Defence and the Air Force. We have been having these mix since 1971-72. And in the very first year of their procurement, there were 10 MiG-21 crashes in 1971-72. In the second year of their procurement, in 72-73, there were 8 MiG-21 crashes. In the third year, that is 73-74, there were 11 MiG-21 crashes. And I can go on reading this list till 2003-2004, in which year there was only one so far MiG-21 crash. I'm mentioning this to make the point that it is not this government, this NDA government, this defense minister who has to take responsibility for what is happening. There are a number of factors which have created this situation. In 1982, it was felt necessary to acquire an AJT. India never had an advanced jet trainer. Let us face it. Our Air Force is as old as this country, as a nation, and we have never had an advanced jet trainer. What has been happening is that after the preliminary training or that amount of training that is necessary to handle an aircraft, the pilot goes straight into a jet aircraft, a MiG-21 jet. Now, I have it on the words of not one but two, immediate past and the present. air chiefs that the MiG is the most demanding aircraft. Our air chief, Tipnis, when he became the chief of air staff, the first thing he did was to get into a one-seater MiG-21 and cover every Air Force base in the country. And when I asked him, why are you doing this? He said, to make the point that the machine is not wrong, the machine is not that is failing, the failure is somewhere else. And when he was due to retire, when he wanted to go to every Air Force base to say bye-bye to his men and officers, he again did the same exercise, only to demonstrate that the MiG-21 aircraft is not a flying coffin or any kind of a coffin. Unfortunately, these things do not draw our attention. Unfortunately, anything positive is propaganda for the media and anything negative is news. And it is the negative, therefore, that is constantly drummed into the ears of the people. And therefore, either we refuse to face the reality or we have been led into situations where we never get to know the reality. Therefore, sir, let us be very clear on this, that this aircraft has been the mainstay of our Air Force and it is still today the mainstay of our Air Force and will remain so for a few more years till we have acquired the latest, modern, very expensive, no doubt, aircraft which are now coming in.
This loss is much more, Honorable Minister, in respect of money and cost factor.
I'm sorry, I didn't get you.
Sir, as far as the cost factor is concerned, as you say that this is very expensive and for the time being this is going to remain, and your statements also there that there's no technical snag in this MiG-23 and 21. But the question is that the cost factor till today, the losses, if you ultimately account for, are to the tune of 10,000 crores.
So this government came into being 5 years back. And from the first day onwards, we have been on this AJT. There have been various reasons why it has taken time. Even as the price negotiating committee that completes its job, from various quarters come letters, come petitions, come newspaper stories, that a lot is wrong about the purchase of the AJT. The Central Vigilance Commission then has to examine it. And the whole process has to be started once again. Even as we have been now negotiating and finalizing the purchase of the aircraft, there have been newspaper advertisements and news advertisements carried as news that there are more aircraft that need to be examined, there are more aircraft that must be now looked into. Examining in the aircraft, putting it for tests and trials, negotiating the price, all this in the normal course would take anywhere from 2 to 3 years. And even today we are under pressure of such a nature. So therefore, it is not that there has been any kind of inordinate delay insofar as this government is concerned. It would be wrong to say that.
Are you aware of the memorandums submitted to the Prime Minister by more than 150 MPs regarding the delay of this acquisition of AGT aircrafts? Are you aware of it, Honorable Minister? And this is now 1 year back.
Sir, I am aware of my duties and I have been doing my duties. The government is aware of its duties and the government has been doing its duties.
मंत्री जी, जगमीत जी जो कह रहे हैं सही बात है। एक साल पहले नहीं और पहले, कम से कम 3 साल पहले, कम से कम 150 पौने 200 सांसदों ने उस पर हस्ताक्षर किए थे कि हमको एजेटी खरीदना चाहिए। आपने बार बार कहा कि प्रेस नेगेटिव, प्रेस नेगेटिव, प्रेस नेगेटिव। अरे छोड़िए, आप देश के रक्षा मंत्री हैं, देश की सुरक्षा की जवाबदारी आपकी है, बढ़िए आगे, हम लोग सब आपके साथ हैं। और मुंह तो जवाब दीजिए दुश्मनों को, खरीदिए आप एजेटी। क्या प्रेस के बाद क्या परवाह मत करिए आप।
प्लीज नहीं प्लीज बैठिए।
ये देश का सवाल है, इसको गंभीरता से लीजिए। देश का सवाल है, इसीलिए उठा रहे हैं।
प्लीज बैठिए।
देश की डिफेंस प्रिपेयर्डनेस का सवाल है।
प्लीज बैठिए।
मैं विशेष रूप से बधाई देना चाहता हूं कि ये अपने साथियों से अलग है, क्योंकि जब कभी भी रक्षा मंत्री आए बात करने तो रोड़ा यही लोग।
ये देश का सवाल है, बहुत गंभीर प्रश्न है। हमारे नौजवान कई पायलट
हम जवाब
शहीद हो
दे
गए।
रहे हैं।
साथियों को भी समझा,
हम जवाब दे हैं लोगों को, हम जवाब दे रहे हैं।
आप सदन को बताइए, आप सदन को बताइए,
जिनसे हजारों लोगों की जाने गई।
आप सदन को बताइए आप कब तक खरीदेंगे।
प्लीज सिट डाउन, प्लीज सिट डाउन।
माता जी,
कंप्लीटली
एक बार, जब एक सदन सुचारू रूप से चल रहा है और कांग्रेस के लोग बहिष्कार कर रहे हैं और 2 साथी देश के महत्वपूर्ण सवाल पर यहाँ बैठे हुए हैं, अब उनको ये डिमोलाइज करते हैं, क्या आप बहिष्कार करके
ये
चले
समझना
जाए तो अच्छा
चाहिए।
रहेगा? बहिष्कार कर जाए तो
मुलायम सिंह जी आपकी बात सही है। मुलायम सिंह जी आपकी बात सही है।
ये खुद ही नहीं बनने दे रहे माहौल को। जब बहिष्कार बंद हो रहा धीरे धीरे तो ये खुद ही बहिष्कार करवाना चाहते हैं।
प्लीज
Sir, the petition signed by the 120 or 125 members was referred to. I was not Minister of Defense at that time, and it did not come in my hands. I'm only aware that there was a petition. Yes,
You were the convener of the NDA.
the NDA is not running the government. Government is run
It
by
is.
there is a cabinet, there is a government here which is sitting.
ये कोई
the petition is not given to the minister, he will not act on the petition. That is what he means.
inference is not true. Yes, go ahead, Mr. Minister.
Thank you, sir. A point was made, sir, about spares being
Can you-
exported by HAL and substandard spares being given to the Air Force. This is a lie, sir. This is a lie. HAL produces the spares for the Indian Air Force, and what remains thereafter, or if there are special orders from any other source, HAL exports. HAL does not initially produce whatever it produces for the Air Force, for the Indian Air Force, for export. If there is surplus, that is exported, and what is exported is the same that the Indian Air Force is the first one to procure. So this lie needs to be named.
Now it is.
No, Honorable Speaker, sir, to authenticate
Mr.
my
Brar,
point
I
of
gave
view,
you enough opportunity.
I will lay the papers, sir, on the table to authenticate it. It's not a lie.
you can
It's a
send the
hard
paper-
fact.
you can send
It's
the
a
paper
hard
to
fact,
me.
sir,
Please.
brought about by the defense experts and the media.
Go ahead, you did not.
He spoke about the corruption in the department. I wish the honorable member sends me whatever information that he has on this subject so that immediate action can be taken thereon. Halwara was read, the name Halwara figured again and again and again. Sir, the MiG-21 base is in Halwara, and therefore it is inevitable that when the MiG-21, even a MiG-21 crashes, Halwara should figure in it. So it is not that Halwara has been suffering.
Those steps taken later on when Halwara was the main place of accidents, what the government did, was there any committee constituted? Did the minister visit any family? Did he go to Halwara?
Sir, it is against the large number of accidents that were taking place that a committee was set up by the government back in 1995, and it gave its report in 1975, and the committee gave its report in 1977, and it is that in 1996, and it is that committee's report that has been implemented and continues to be implemented. Now, sir, the point is that we need to have the AJTs. And as I have said in my statement, we are on the threshold of procuring the AJTs. Now, when I say we are on the threshold of procuring the AJTs, it means that we are taking a decision in that direction. It will take a couple of years for the AJTs to come. These aircraft are not off the shelf. These aircraft, once the government has decided and placed the order, it is then that these aircraft will be built and these aircraft will become available. We have, sir, as government and as the Air Force, been doing everything that needs to be done to see that accidents are minimized. And the fact is that if one looks at the profile of the last 3-4 decades since these aircraft have been in service, one will discover that there has been a steady fall in the number of accidents that have taken place. Sir, as government, we shall be continuing to do all that is in the hands of the government to see that the accident rate is reduced, that better training facilities are made available, such equipment that may be needed for better training also is procured, and it will be our endeavor to see that the situation as it prevails today is changed, and there is no room for this kind of complaints. I do not wish to say anything more in this, sir. I thank you for this opportunity.
Honorable Speaker, sir.